here? Do you want to stay or no? He doesn't know yet. You want? That's a good idea. You want treats? Okay, here's treats. Pooey, come on, come up. Come here. Doggies. Oh man, I love him. So yes, you Boogie. So just a little warning. This is gonna be a little like gory, bloody sort of thing. But I am going to be kind of showing and teaching you how to make like a fake wound on your arm. You could also do the same thing on your hand, just of course with the different lines or texture, I don't know. So I'm going to, the first thing I do is I make the fake skin. So of course you don't have to actually put the cut in. I just use Vaseline and flour. So I have flour in here and I just take like a scoop of Vaseline. I'm gonna probably make like 2 batches of skin for this because I'm gonna do it on my arm, which means it's gonna be pretty big. Or just take a huge block there. And then I just kind of like bury it first because you just kind of have to mix it in until you get the right texture. The other things, it can't be too hard or soft because if it's too hard, you can't move it at all to fit, first of all, your arm or hand or wherever you're gonna put it. And if it's too soft, then it's just gonna stick to everything. So again, you can't really move it or shape it or use it at all. So I'm just kind of mixing in the flour to make the fake skin. Something called. Just mixing in any flour I have on my hand to get the right texture again. And sometimes it takes longer than other times. You know, you just gotta mix it in. Another thing is, I think it's a bit better if it's a little more tough than soft because you don't want to stick it into your hands while you're like moving it onto your arm. But if it's a little too tough, then while you're using water to smooth it out, you can just, it won't like get super soft and it will also like move well or better.
What do you want?
So this is, I'm gonna say, a pretty good texture. The other thing is, while this is of course a bit light, the mixture does kind of get almost like a skin-ish color. So that helps. I'm just gonna move these over there. And I think I roll it out. I think this will be enough. So I'm gonna put it like here on my arm and I just kind of lay it down. And I just try to smooth out the edge, or just, I first try to get like an overall shape to it. You know, I just kind of try to, first of all, pat down the sides, and then, you know, and I take water to it and I kind of smooth it in. You can look right there, it's smoothing in, smoothing out. And I would usually put some sort of like concealer or foundation on this, but I don't have any right now. So I'm just gonna try to cover most of it with blood, with fake blood. Here we go. Now I just gotta move around to the other side and get it all shaped. Of course, the harder side for me. Just get that in. And then, because it kind of gets kind of like sharp over here almost, I just kind of pat it down. And then any extra, I just kind of, again, pat the sides until I get a shape I like. I'm gonna go a little more, like, just gonna shape it a little more. And then I will make the crease in it, or the cut part, and I will add the fake blood. I should have added water to my arm before adding this, but I forgot. It just helps it like secure better to my arm. There we go. I'm gonna say that is pretty good for now. And then I usually, let me wipe this off. It has Vaseline on it right now. I'm not really sure what this is, but it's just kind of something I found in the kitchen. You can use like a pencil or a popsicle stick or anything just to, I first want to outline where I'm going to cut it just to make sure it like works. And then I just kind of slowly make it deeper. And I always kind of push it apart. Sometimes it hits my skin, but I don't really want it to because then the blood will stain the inside. It'll of course stain the outside of it. But I want to, because what I made this with is powdered sugar, water, and food coloring. And the food coloring will of course stain your skin a bit. I just put a lot of red and a little bit of blue in blue food coloring. And if you can see, it looks pretty good. There, so I'm just, I first just kind of scoop some just to, oh wait, no. I almost forgot this. Because I don't want just blood, I take like a marker and I just kind of put some black around the inside. It kind of messes up the shape a bit, but that's also okay because it shouldn't be perfect. And it just gives it like a bit more than just blood in there. So I also have like a little syringe. Just makes it easier to get in the cut, and I can have more at once. And I just syringe it right in. And I also kind of go on the outside a bit. I shut everywhere. But I'm just gonna keep adding little bits. See, because again, I don't have. Again, I don't have any like concealer or anything to make it look skin colored. I kind of have to mask it with something else. And then I also try to let it dry a bit while it's staying inside the wound so it doesn't drip everywhere, which is pretty hard while you're trying to finish it. So I'm just gonna
try and drip it down. No.
It's okay. And then right now it's covered by stuff, but I have a paper towel down and it catches half the blood. So I will usually take that and, oh, I did bottom go, and use what the blood on there to just kind of pat onto here. It also gives it some texture. So that usually helps. Some more in there. Let's see. It's looking pretty good right now. In person it looks a bit more, it looks darker than it is on camera. And so then I have some I just take like a staple pack or something and I pry the staples away, which is kind of hard, but once you have them you can reuse them. And so I just kind of push them into the fake skin, and once you have them all in, it gives like, it kind of makes it look zombie-ish, which kind of helps with what I'm going for, which is just like a open wound. And sometimes they come out of the like strip of staples in 2s or 3s, and I just use them because it gives it some like some more variety or difference in the shapes, which again kind of helps with the realness. That's the word. And I just put them in. I just put some in sideways, some just completely straight to again help with variety and add to it. Takes a while, but you just kind of stick them in. And once you pull them out, they do have some of the skin on them, just because, you know, the skin kind of dried almost while they were in. Like some of these still have a lot of the skin on them, which I still have to clean them. which you just kind of wipe it away, but it takes time. So, other thing is following these same steps, you can do it on the palm of your hand. So you can just, which of course, again, makes it harder to like use your hand because you can't really move it without ruining it. Also, if you touch anything, it'll kind of wipe away. But it's really fun to do, and that's kind of how I started it. I'm no pro or anything, but I just take it and just push them in. I'm only going to use a few more now because they're pretty much done. Just make sure there's no huge gaps. And then I'll probably put in a little more blood because most of it probably came out by now. And there you go. We got like a little wound. We take some and just put it over here. And the cool thing is with these is you can pretty much do anything you want. You can add more staples, less staples, make the blood lighter or darker. I add blue to make it darker just because red just makes it, well, like more vibrant. Or just more red, obviously. And blue kind of brings it more to a bloody color. Because I actually added some more red right before this because if you just added some blue and red in a bubble, it looks like black, but when it's smeared, it looks pink. But when you add more red and you smear it, it looks still bloody. So I just want to, cover most of it, leaving maybe some of the skin pieces like maybe crooked or dangling or just super messed up. And then once you've got kind of something you like, which is, it's kind of hard for me to see this side, so let me get that. And just smooth out the edges. Well, not completely smooth, but just kind of make them less obvious. And there you go. Got a little fake wound. And after a while, it might kind of start lifting up a bit. Well, not even lifting up, but when I do it on my arm, I found, I move my arm a lot like this. You can see over here, it'll kind of start like shifting with it. But I found that usually just kind of separates it from the blood on your actual arm a bit, which once you like leave it for a while, it just kind of looks like the blood got everywhere, which helps. So don't worry about it too much. Just one thing that I always have a problem with is making the line between the fake skin and my real skin look good, because I have to blend it in such a way that the blood doesn't drip oddly from, or it doesn't like show too well, obviously, and there's not like a little spot where the fake skin lifted up and now you can see the real skin like under in the middle of the whole wound, which has happened before. I'm just adding some little final touches, getting some more right in the center of the cut. And there you go. If you can see that. I'm just, with some water, just stabbed my sleeve. With some water, you can usually take away most of the, like, blood. And there you go. pretty good looking little cut there. Scar, that's another word for it.
It looks the best when you towards camera.
Wound. There you go. I like a little wound. And of course I try to make it so that the blood is darker in some places and lighter in others, just so of course it looks more real. And my dad hates blood and stuff, so he's looking at me with total fright on his face right now. But
I can't look.
yeah, you just.
Because when you have it like that, it looks like the bump, but if you have it towards camera, it looks flat.
And then there you go. That's pretty much it. It looks pretty good. It looks, of course, a little lighter on my hand where I added water, but yeah.
See. Check the description for my mermaid show, Insta.
The cool thing is the blood is edible, so if you really want to trick someone, put it in your mouth and just walk up to someone or something, and while you're passing, just open your mouth and let it all flood out. I did that, it was really fun. The other thing is, yeah, it's edible, so you can eat it. And yeah, my Insta's in the description, so is my dog's, and yeah, if you like fake wounds and mermaids, just check out my channel. And remember, fake wounds and mermaids are amazing, and so are you.